Hello guys, and welcome back to Makeup FOMO. Today we are going to be testing out a ton of Milk makeup products. I got the concealer, bronzer, highlighter stick, a whole bunch of really good stuff, and I am so excited. Cream contouring and cream products in general are not something that I use a ton, but I've always wanted to try these products from Milk, and I've heard nothing but good things. So I was so excited to try them out, and this is the final look that we came up with all the products that I tried. These are not like necessarily the newest products to Milk, but they're new to me, and I was so excited to try them out. So if y'all want to see me test these out on my face and see how I got this look, then just keep watching and let's get started. Okay, so we are going to get started. I have you all zoomed in up close and personal so we can start putting some of this stuff on our face. So I wanted to just show y'all how Milk Makeup just like ships their boxes. They're just so cute. They have it in just like this all gray box, and it's got like this really pretty like holographic like packaging tape on it. And then it comes, it's so cute. It has a little good ingredients, epic payoff, cruelty-free, paraben-free, 100% vegan, which is really cool. And then I wanted to show y'all how they actually package their stuff, just in case y'all have never ordered from them. First of all, they send you this little like booklet that has your receipt in it. And then what they did is they put a bunch of these stickers in it, and some of them are just like super cute and random, like XO, and then some are like the Milk Makeup logo. This one says vibes. So I just thought these stickers were so adorable. I know stickers are kind of a thing right now to put on like your water bottle or your laptop or whatever. Oh, this is cool. So this one says lip colors are both moisturizing and matte. Trippy, right? That's funny. So I thought that was such a cute little touch, and like obviously stickers are super cheap, but everyone loves them, so it's like a really inexpensive little thing you can do to just like make a package a little bit more exciting. So I thought that was really cool. So I just thought that was a really cute touch. And then the way they actually send you your products is in like honestly a pretty decent makeup bag. It's like a silicone, super soft, like a decent size. These are honestly like decent quality, and it has like a little, you know, Ziploc kind of closure. So all the products that I got are in here. So I might have already said this in the intro, but in case I didn't, today we are going to be testing out actually quite a few things, and I am so excited about all of them because I haven't tried any of these before, and I've been really wanting to for a long time. So I got two of their like big ass jumbo like stick products. I got the matte bronzer stick in the shade Baked. They only have two shades. I think the other one's called Blazed, and these are so cute. They're like super ginormous, and they have this little screw on top. Ton of product. There's a whole entire ounce of product in here, which, you know, is like the amount of product you get in like a foundation or something. So there is just so much product in these, and I just like love the big like chunky bulky packaging. I think it's so cool, and the way that they send you them is in this really cute packaging as well, like this little cool plastic packaging. So I love that. And then I also got the lit stick, also in like that really cute big packaging. So this is their highlighter stick, same exact packaging, another ounce of product. And then maybe the most exciting thing, I got the Flex concealer in the shade Vanilla. This again comes in like this really fun packaging that you can take it out of. So I'm super excited to try all of these. And then I actually got, I guess it just came like free with my purchase. I don't know, is this like a deluxe? This must be like a deluxe sample. This is not the full size. Yeah, but this is their Kush mascara, which I've heard a ton of people rave about as well. It's a pretty decent size sample, so I figured we could try this out too. So yeah, I'm so excited to put these on my face. So I know none of those four products are necessarily like brand new to Milk, but I haven't tried any of them before. But some of the products from Milk that I have tried before, which isn't very many, but I figured we would just use them in this video as well, make it kind of as much of a full face of Milk makeup as we can. I've used their Blur Liquid Matte Foundation before. I actually have two shades in this, which unfortunately I think these are both going to be too light for me at the moment, because I am decently tan. but I figured I could still use them and then just mix them in with one of my just darker foundations that are like way too dark for me and see how that cocktail works out. So I'm going to be using the shade Golden Light. I actually have a video on this foundation on my channel already, which I will link below and in the card right here. But I'm also just gonna mix it with my Bare Minerals Fresh Face Liquid Foundation, which I also have a video on this, and I don't like this at all, but I'll put that video up here and in the description box as well. But this is just super, super, super dark. So even though I don't like how this performs or the formula of this, the shade is good for mixing with a really light foundation. This is, I think, from like a Birchbox or an Ipsy, but I have the Milk Lip and Cheek Tint in the shade Perk. Is that the shade? I'm not sure. This is basically one of their stick products, but just like a smaller size. So I figure, let's just do as much milk as we can. Okay, so I have my little foundation cocktail. I just mixed it on the back of a blush palette, and I'm hoping that I mixed enough. I feel like if you don't mix enough the first go around, then you're kind of screwed, because mixing it again and getting the right, like, exact proportions and the right shades again is kind of difficult. So since this is not like a foundation first impression or anything, I've used this before and I have a video on it, I'm just going to do both sides with a brush. I'm using my Sigma F80, and I'm just going to blend this out. This foundation, as it says, is a matte foundation, but it's still got a really nice finish, and it is fairly full coverage, which is nice. But like I said, I'll have that linked, but I did really like this foundation whenever I first tried it out. So as y'all can probably tell, I didn't put a ton of product on my face, just because, like I said, this is fairly full coverage, and I like a little bit, as I've said probably a bunch of times before in my videos, I like to leave, especially kind of around where my freckles are in the summer when my freckles are showing, I like to not really cover them up, so I mostly just disperse the product in like the bottom half of my face and my forehead, just so I can let the parts of my skin that I like show through. Okay, so now for the concealer. I am super excited for this. I think I said it. I got the shade Vanilla. This is the Flex Concealer. It says this is a full coverage liquid concealer that flexes with skin's movement without cracking or creasing. It's infused with Blue Lotus, Chamomile, and Marshmallow. That's so random. To hydrate and help calm skin. I'm hoping this shade will work with my current color. Ooh. That is thick. I'm not going to do too much because it does say it's full coverage. Put a little right here, and I think I'll still spot conceal with it too a little. Ooh. Ooh, it smells kind of good. So like I always do, I'm just going to blend this out with my finger. I always blend concealer with my finger. I don't really like using brushes or sponges or anything like that. This color looks pretty good, I think. I've mentioned this before. I don't like a super, super highlighted under eye. Like, I don't like to get 4 shades lighter than my face shade in my highlighter. So this is what the concealer is looking like. I think the shade, like, you can definitely tell, I think especially in the viewfinder, I'm definitely highlighted wherever I put it, but I don't think it's too intense. It looks a little bit more subtle, like, in real life than it's looking on the viewfinder. But I think that looks like so hydrated. Y'all can probably tell because I obviously haven't said it yet. But it's kind of a little bit luminous almost. Like, it feels hydrating, and it feels not heavy, but it kind of feels like it's like soaking in a good way. And the coverage is pretty good. I feel like you could still see like a tiny bit of darkness, like right in like the very, very inner portion where it's the darkest. But I don't think that it's too bad. But it covered up my blemish pretty well. It's a little dry, so like you can still see it, but I think it covered the redness of the blemish pretty nicely. I think I like how that looks, and I like how it feels mostly. So I'm obviously gonna hold off on setting like any parts of my face, just because basically all the rest of the products that we have are cream products. So we're gonna move on to bronzer next, and I am so excited. Like, this packaging is just so aesthetically pleasing. Like, it's just so like big and bulky, but you just get so much product, which I think is awesome, especially because I think these are $24. The lipstick and the bronzer, I think they're both $24. The foundation is, I believe, $40, and the concealer, I believe, is also $22. I'll have everything linked below like I always do, so just check the links if you want to either buy them or if you just want to find out the pricing. But they all range basically what I just said, somewhere in that ballpark. So what I also think is super nice, and like I think it makes it a nice packaging, is that this screws on. So it really protects your product. It's not going to dry out. It's not going to like accidentally come off in your makeup bag and then damage your entire product. So I think the packaging is super nice. I'm really impressed with just the packaging itself so far. I think what I'm going to just do is probably like apply it directly to my face and then use my Real Techniques like duo fiber stippling brush to blend it out. So I'm just going to drag it kind of right in like my little contour areas and on my forehead. What I will say right off the bat though is that it applied super smoothly from the stick. Like it didn't tug. It's not like a dry formula. It just kind of glided on really smoothly. So I'm just using my brush very lightly because I don't want to obviously like blend it all away. So I'm holding it right at the very end of the brush and just very lightly blending over. So this is definitely on the warmer side of bronzers. You know, it's not like a cool toned gray type thing where you're gonna necessarily want to contour with it, but I kind of use my bronzer and contour as like one step. I don't really usually do like a warmer and a darker. I kind of just do it all in one step, and so I think this does work for that. But if you're someone that likes like an ashier, you know, grayer toned bronzer to contour with, this is probably not that. So this is what it looks like all blended out. What I like is you can still like see all the luminosity that I still have just because it's a cream product. I think that is just a cool part of using cream products. And I definitely don't use cream contouring a ton. I don't think like any of us use it a lot, but I definitely want to get back into it. And if I have a product that's easy enough and like user friendly enough to cream contour with, I definitely will do it because I just love how natural a cream contour looks. Like I feel like it just looks like it's part of your skin. It's like a normal tan rather than just being like, you know, a bunch of product just layered onto your skin. But I'm glad I didn't get the darker one because I feel like the darker one would have been really dark and then I probably wouldn't have been able to use it unless I was like quite tan. And so that's everything that I used on my face, and as y'all can see, this is what this stick looks like. So literally didn't even change the shape, didn't even indent it whatsoever. So I feel like if you use this on a daily basis, like this is going to last you for freaking ever because you don't need to use a lot and you just get a shit ton of product and it keeps going. So I think that even though it is an expensive bronzer, you know, like $25 for a bronzer is definitely not cheap. I think for the amount of product you get and for the amount of product you need to use, you'll have this forever. So far I think we are looking just like so fresh faced and hydrated and glowy. So I'm loving everything so far. But I think I'm gonna switch it up a little bit and I'm gonna do my highlighter before I do my blush, which I would never normally do if you were using powder products. But I'm just afraid if I use the blush and get like pink all right here and then I go over it with the highlighter stick, I'm afraid I'm gonna like drag some pink onto it, you know, and either get the stick pink or like pull some of it into the highlight, you know. I'm just gonna apply this directly from the stick and then probably just blend it with my fingers, I think. Let's see. I think you have to like build this up a little bit because I wasn't really seeing it at first. Clearly, as y'all can tell, it's like a champagne, like light gold, which is a really perfect shade, especially when you're a little more tan, and especially in the summer, that like nice bronzy champagne golden glow is really nice. The only problem I see with this white packaging is if you have anything on your fingers, it's gonna transfer onto this, and I feel like this could end up looking really dirty really fast. So I just hate when my makeup looks dirty, so just be careful. I just don't cream highlight very much at all, so I'm just not super familiar with how to use these and like how to apply them and how they're typically gonna look. I think I'm just gonna drag what's left on my finger here down my nose. Ooh, wow. I feel like you can tell that this doesn't look like your typical powder highlight, especially in person. Hopefully on camera you can tell, but even right now in person, like it literally just looks like that's how my skin is, because you can't see a strip of powder or a strip of color because it's a cream and it's such like a nice light sheer but still intense shade. It literally melts directly into your skin and you can't even see it on my face in terms of like, you can't see the color but you can see the sheen. It almost just looks like you put like water or something right there, but it feels really creamy and really moisturizing, and that looks really nice. It's like intense but natural, if like that even makes sense. I don't feel like you can usually have something that's both, but it's an intense glow, but it doesn't look like you put the glow there on purpose, if that makes sense. That is gorgeous. So far, so freaking good. I'm winding up this little blush stick. Oh, okay. This looks a little more intimidating in the stick than it does when it like comes off. It's like not overly pigmented where you're gonna look like a clown right away, which is a good thing. A little bit goes a really long way. Like, you just have to apply the tiniest amount and blend it, and that's like all you need. So that's the blush. I feel like it's not, like, you can definitely see that I put a little blush on, but it's definitely not too intense. It's like a very natural flush of color. I think it was a good idea to do it in the order that I did it. So here's an up close look of my skin with all of the cream products on them so far. I use my fingers for most of these products, so these are also super easy to use, especially if you're like on the go. You don't need to have a ton of brushes. You see how dewy we look too? Like, we are glowing right now. So I think what I'm gonna do is set my under eyes, set most of my face, do my eyebrows, and then we'll come back to do the mascara. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use a powder bronzer or a powder blush or a powder highlight to set these. I might just set them with a translucent powder, but I wanna see how that looks. So I'm gonna go do that, and then before I apply any additional products like, you know, a powder blush or bronzer, I'm going to come back and check in with y'all. Okay, so I just went ahead and super quick set my face with the 100% pure bamboo blur powder. This is in the shade medium. I have a video on this as well, trying out a bunch of 100% pure products, so I'll link that and put it in the eye as well, just so that y'all can see what I thought of that powder. But generally it's just pretty much translucent. I set my whole face with it, and then I just like really lightly dusted it over the cream products, not really the highlighter because I didn't want to mattify that, but I just put it over here, and I felt like I had to do that just because it was so tacky still, because obviously it's a cream. I just didn't feel like it was set yet, and I don't want it to like move around and transfer and stuff. But I kind of feel like when I did that, even though I used such a small amount, I feel like it kind of just dulled down the shade a little bit, and I like my bronzer and blush to just be a little bit more intense and a little bit more noticeable. So I think I am just gonna go over them with another blush and bronzer just to like set it, but set it with a colored powder just so that I can keep the intensity that I had when it was still, you know, freshly applied, I guess. If y'all have ever watched any of my other foundation videos, I have to set my face. Like, I cannot have any tackiness in my face. It just really bothers me. I feel like it's gonna sweat off, especially in this southern heat where I live now. It's freaking hot, it's humid, everything will melt off, and it'll start transferring and sliding around, and we just don't need any of that. So for bronzer, I'm just using my Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer palette. Oh my gosh, I have all the cats in here right now and they're going ham. I'm gonna use the shade Angle just because it's on the warmer side, so I think it'll match. And I'm just applying that fairly lightly. I don't wanna, you know, change or cover up the shade of the bronzer that we already have because I really, really like that, but I just wanna set it. So for blush, I also want to use a fairly similar, like, kind of luminous pinky shade. So I'm going to use this shade right here out of my Makeup Revolution Hot Spice blush palette. So same thing as before, I'm just using a light hand because, again, I don't want to cover up the color that we already have. I just want to set it down. And then last but not least, I'm just going to set my highlighter. I'm going to use my Kristen Leanne Urban Decay highlighter palette, and I think I'm just going to use the center shade. That just intensified it a lot. I love it. But I'm literally just tapping my brush in like once. I'm not using much product at all. Okay, so our face is complete. This is what we're working with. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, do my eyes and everything like that, and then I'm gonna come back on here, show y'all kind of what the final look looks like, all complete, and give you my final thoughts. Okay, so I am back. I've got myself a little bit more put together, and I am so into these products, like kind of unexpectedly. So I definitely do feel like using these cream products does add kind of a whole nother step to your makeup routine, just because I do feel like you need, I do honestly feel like, at least personally, I need to set any cream products on my face. So by virtue of that, this does kind of require me to put on the cream product and then put on the powder products. And in theory, I could probably skip the cream products altogether, but I do feel like just applying those cream products in the end makes your makeup just look a lot more natural, and I think that it's gonna wear a lot better. I can definitely let y'all know in the description box how it ends up wearing. Plus, I just enjoy applying cream products. There's something about them that the way that they apply and the way that they look, I just really like it. So I think these are incredible products. I literally just realized that I completely forgot to put this mascara on. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just finish telling you about these cream products, and then I'm gonna put this on tomorrow, and I'll insert that clip after this to let y'all know what I thought of the mascara, because I totally forgot about that. I can't even choose a favorite product because I love how the bronzer looked, just the way it applied. I love the highlighter because it is just so wet looking and intense but so natural. But I really, really like how this concealer applied, how moisturizing it felt. I love the coverage. I love everything about it, so I don't even know if I could pick a favorite between the three of these. So overall, I would 100% continue to use these products and recommend them. I think there's also some more products. I really want to try the blur stick from Milk. Like, there's definitely some more products I want to try, and the new powder that just came out, I really want to try that too. So stay tuned. I'm gonna hop off here for today, and I will catch y'all in the next clip, which will be tomorrow, and let you know what I think of the mascara. Okay guys, so we are back, and it's the next day, so that I could show you the mascara that I completely forgot about yesterday. So like I said, this is the xoxo mascara. Here's the packaging. It's got a ton of claims. It says that it's a high volume puff brush with a naturally lit. So yeah, this has cannabis oil in it, which apparently nourishes and conditions. This brush catches curls and coats a pure pigment of intense black formula. And its unique heart-shaped fibers thicken lashes for long-lasting volume, length, and curl. So, and I have heard that this is some people's literal, like, ride or die favorite mascara. So I'm super excited to try it out. Okay guys, so this is what both eyes look like with the mascara on. I honestly just kept it to one coat because, as you can kind of tell, well, at least on my eyes, I'm going for a fairly natural look today, so I don't have, you know, I didn't want to do a ton of mascara because I don't necessarily need it with the look I'm rocking today. But I think that my lashes really are pretty black and pretty lengthened, and we'll have to see if it actually holds the curl like it says. But I do think that you can definitely see them. Like, I think the curl is there too. So so far so good. I'll have to see how it wears, if it like flakes and stuff like that, but I definitely like it so far. I did put on my bottom lashes too, but this is just one coat, top and bottom, and I'm pretty happy with it. So now that I got it together and finished up the last product, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe, we would love to have you. We have so much fun here, and until next time, I will see you guys in our next video. Bye guys.